Hello everyone, welcome to the computer system lab. And in this computer system lab, today we do the PowerShell practicing again. And this is our third practicing of the PowerShell scripting. So first of all, always we start from the working folder. Again, recall how to do that. New item. Then after what we give, what is this list is? This is called the parameters. Okay, so which parameter you can select? Item type. And then after what we give directory, and then after you can create your folder. Suppose if your exam, you can put my exam or some Neptune ID. You see, it is there. Now we can go into that location. Okay. What user location looks okay. Like this, okay. And here we can go there. So this is our current working location. We do the work here in this location. So let's try to do the task here. So what is the task like that? So this is the first, always you please put your comment sections here. Okay. Try to use function right now. Try to use function to find a factorial of the number. So last week we use a simple way to find the factorial, right? So this time we don't use simple, try to use different topic. Different topic is the simply use the function. Same way as we use in the another language, you can use functions here. Okay. So we can start from always, this is the optional, right? Not mandatory, clear host. And immediately give the file name, Control S, save it. Give the name fact, okay? And you will check here, it is available there. You can count the characters, 75 characters. Okay, and how to create a function? Function keyword can help us. Okay, create a function keyword which help us, and then after you will give the valid function name. So based on your task, suppose add the number, minus, or mathematics something. So right now you are going to create a function. The function name is the fact, and then after the block start like a other cycles. Okay. So practically, I should say this is the body of the functions here right now, or you can also write here function body here. So you have to decide here what you want to put in these functions. So in this example, we want to create the function. The name is factorial. Now, if you remember, it is also optional again. Last week, I given you the param. You remember param? Mandatory true. Okay, but right now I will use as a very simple way. You can use it param. So param basically it is a parameter like an item type. You remember hyphen item type. So same you can define. So here you can decide example n. What is n? It is nothing. It is a new variable. Okay, and you can decide its a property. How? What can be the property example like a type integer? Okay, so this is your function. It is optional, not mandatory. Now what happens next? So what we have to do, you have to start your idea example, how to execute a function. So you can start a new variable, fact 1. Okay, start with the fact 1. And then after you can decide your cycle, which cycle you want to use. Example, you want to use the for each cycle. I mean to say for each object. Okay. So for each, just I wanted to use again, recall for each object, right? For each object, I told you for each object cannot use like that. Always for each object, work with the pipe. So please go back, put pipe, and before pipe, you have to give your input. Okay, right? So example, like a limit, example $n. Okay, so what will happen $n? But cycle start from the 0 or 1, in a for cycle. So what should I write here? Start from, in the Linux, I given you the one command which can print the sequence of the number. What was the command? Sequence command. Very good. So similarly in the PowerShell, there is no sequence command, but you can use 1 dot dot 5 and see what happens. This is the sequence command. Very nice. So now what you will do? What should I write here? 1 dot. Your task is solved. Okay. Now what will happen here? What we should write here? Update your fact variable, right? So what should I write here? Fact. How to update? Call the 1, mean to say previous value, and multiply. So now guys, you want to multiply with the what? You need to multiply with the each number, right? Mean to say each counter. So who will responsible to show the each counter? Inbuilt variable $_ So your task is almost solved, right? So this task is done. And then after, what you can do here, important, because we are working with the functions right now. So what you have to do, we have to be return. You have to be return. What you will return? You will return. This is a statement here. Return here. You see here, this is the body of the function. This is your variable. This is the first line, and this is the return. Now, which I can return here back. Which variable? The final your result store in the fact. Okay. So this is the whole part of your body of the functions here. What is the function? Fact, right? So now your function is almost ready. So you can put 1 line, 2 line, 3 line. This is your choice. Now you can decide user will give the value from which part. There are a lot of way I had given you. Okay. So example number. Again, I put n here. You can decide right now. We want to take the number from the keyboard variables. So you remember, read host can help us. So enter any value or number here. That means user will pass the number from the keyboard, and that number will be stored into the variable n here, right? So we also decided, we made the function and we decided which input mode will be there, right? Till now. Now the time come for call the function, or maybe use the function. You can give any name. How to use, how to call. This is the calling. So always you call the function by name. And what is the name of the function? Fact. This is the calling, right? And then after hyphen. Why it is coming here in the computer in the script? Because of param. If you don't use param, it will not come. So it is the parameter. So what is the property? Integer, right? Now what you pass here? Integer number here. So user will give the read host. Read host will store in the $n. Okay. So this is called the, I should say, call. Right? So guys, are you understand what is happening here? Now, can I store whole call into the variable? This is the whole call, right? So you can write here my result. This is the result variable. And then after write host, you can give your statement. Factorial of a given number is result Okay, and I think it should be okay. We can start, enter the number and see here. It will give you the result. So please check you understand how this function is working in a very simple or easy way. So please follow why it is not working, because sometime you have no any permission for the execution policy. Please check it must be bypass. In the examination, you should be ready before it. If it is not a bypass, you need to do it. Let me know in this group who find the option restricted. Anyone who is find this message? I think no. If you find, you need to set it. Otherwise, it is okay. So in this group, please raise the hand who are done with the short tasks. If there is a restricted, so nothing else, you have to be little bit use set execution policy. Can you see set execution policy? And then after scope. Okay, scope for the current user. My recommendation is the current user is okay. And then after give the option bypass and do enter. Give yes to all. Okay, yes to all. Then your execution mode will be bypass. Then you can execute. Otherwise, you cannot execute. Okay. So guys, let me know. Is okay for everybody? You understand how function works here? Okay. Now I try to change the same script little bit more, understanding the phenomena. So I don't want to store the function call here. Result variable I don't want to create. Without creating a variable, I can. What should I write here? In my opinion statement, like a constant string. Same way you did here. What is the function name? Fact. Okay. How to call it? -n. It is okay. If you don't, it is not a problem, right? $n. It's okay now? Yes, understand. Now you have to make it real function. How you can make it a real function? Mean to say the value of the function call. Value of the function call. Put this group. Think about, right? And then after this $. Now can you see? Same like a bash, we use that. So what happens now? That is called the guys nothing. It is the value of the function call. That's all. So it should also works for you. Check, please. So let me know, is working for you? Everybody, please check. So if you now let's try to use, don't use this one. Try to use another cycle which you want. Try to use a for cycle. Try, please. You have a while cycle, you have a for cycle, you have a do while, you have a for each. Try to use for. So what is the one? Who will store the one? Who will store the one? I. And I will go to limit. What is the limit here? N. Every time you need to be I better, increase. So this is your choice how to work with it. So here you need to be update your variables, right? What is the input? Now $_ is not good. What should I write here? I is good now. So rest of things will be the same, and try, and I hope it is working. So guys, I hope you can understand this idea. Let me know. Is working at your terminals? Everyone, please check. I hope you should not find any error or issue. Please try to see. So let's try to put some little bit validation. Right, and try. Last week I think I used that little bit. So how to put a validation? Always with the help of our good friend if mean to say decision statement. Example, $n. What is $n? Is the number, param number, right? This is the named parameter. You can decide it is less than or equal or whatever. Let's see here. Equal, it is comes to the 0. So what you can put here, if this number is 0, you can give any message, but it is a factorial, give 1 back. It's okay. And put one more statement here, one more validation. If number is a lower than 0, now you can return something, but you can give example, write warning here. Please enter positive number only, right? So please try to check this short script. Control S every time, and then after, if you do enter, so what happens? Example, if user gives a 0, right? It comes 1. And if user give example -3, it give the message to you, right? Still, it is giving the factorial of -3 is 1. It is not okay. So we need to be handle it here. So in that case, I need to be remove this line. Okay, we need to be remove this line. We can remove this line here. How I can remove this line? Like this. Okay, and here I can put one more block here, like this. Copy and put it here. Now I can check the variable existence here. What is the variable name? Result. If results is there, so here I can use one more line here. Don't return anything. I wanted to print my opinion. Okay. If results variable is existing here like that, and then I can see please enter the positive value. I can copy from here and I can put here the result. Okay. Or let's see, try to put result. I think it is okay because we don't use a directly method here. This is the function call here, and I hope, let's see, I hope it should be removed. Let me check here. You see here, warning of factorial 3 is 1 right now. So here, just nothing to do. You have to be give your results based on your choices. Okay. So think about here. It can be also possible. And in that case, you can also do some more validation. Let's see. I don't want to use such a idea right now. Remove it. And here, now it's okay. And here, such a thing is be also possible. Okay. So we are clean our script. Now let's try to do a little bit more update of the script. How we can update the script here? Now you can see your task list. In task list, there is a task like a prime number, right? How to find a prime number, but in between the range. Okay, so now try to find fact in between n and m. What does it mean? Starting from the limit and ending up to the limit, right? So n mean to say start, m mean to say end. Okay. So how we should do that? What to do in such a case to solve a idea? So practically here, no need to change. It is the same. No need to change this. This is the same idea we will use. but we need to take it two numbers right now from the users, right? First number was the N, second number was the M. So you can give here your own opinion. Enter, start, enter, end, like a limit. Okay, starting limit and ending limit. Okay, so here what I can use, I need to start the cycle again. So what I can use, I can copy the cycle from here, I can put here. But this time you see here, what should I write here? What should I write? You need to start a new cycle, right? So this is a new cycle here, but you need to think about the position value from where you need to start. And mean to say your starting initial value. Okay. And it should be goes up to which limit here? Super. You see, so this is the way you can understand. You can put more cycle as per your choice. And every time it should be increase, it makes sense. And then after what you do, you have to be, don't, because it is not good, because already we calculate in the function body. It is not acceptable here. So in that case, what you will do here, you need to be create your results, right? So what I wanted to do, which I did here, right, in the function call. So what I will do, I can call the function directly here somewhere, right? So this is your choice where you want to call. Okay, so what is the variable name? Again, new variable is the result, right? And then after, in the function call, you need to give the input. So N is not good right now. So I need to put the real pointer who actually hold the numbers. What should I write here, please? Because just think about, look in the cycle right now, same cycle. Very good. $I, that's all. So $I will solve the issue, right? So basically it will hold the numbers and your problem is almost solved, right? So here, execute it. Fact, can you see it is started right now, 3 and goes to 5. See, still you have one more issue comes, plus operator works only on the number. Please read it. That means it's a string. Try to change it. Okay. So can you see in the beginning, sometime you can find the error. If you remember when I given in the beginning only $N, it don't give me the error, right? Because system is the same. But what happens when you start the next cycle here? For first time it is accepting, it's okay. But second time it is telling us it's not good. So how to solve it? Typecasting in the beginning while creating the variable, right? It's okay now. Integer. Now I think it is good. Now I think it should be work right now. Can you see factorial of 3 is 6? Still now it is not good right now. It is not coming right now, the another one, right? So we need the factorial of 3, 4, 5. So in such a case, what to do here? So we have to be, this is the result. This is the function call here. Here I can write here, example, this results is there. And then after we can put here. What is the variable here? Let's see, I hope result. Yes, it is good now. So please think. So in such a way, you can take your results based on your conditions here. I can put one more conditions and directly I can print my results. So if you don't want to put this directly, you can do that. It's not a big problem. Okay, so please check. Are you able to use this limit type of a script here? starting or ending. So similarly, you have to do the task. Try to print the square of the number in between the limit. Try to print the some number in between that limit. Think about the cycles you can use. So you have the for each object, you have the for cycle, and the task will be done. So guys, let me know. So this script is okay for you. Everybody is executing. You understand the concept of functions, how to use the functions in the PowerShell. It is very easy. Use that. Okay, how to create a new script?
What did you put into here?
Here, because typecasting, when I give the 3, so PowerShell considering not as the number, it is considering as a string. So you need to change into string into the number, right? So that's why I change it. So that is called the typecasting. You can see here, this is your see when you find such a issue, when you say plus plus is not working on the number, please handle the situation and do the typecasting. Guys, how I can create a new script? Yes, or maybe command is Control N. Very good. So now you can work with the new script. Okay, so please try. So guys, I'm going to off the topic of functions. Okay, so function almost clear to you. You can use it. If I ask in the examination, use a function, then use it. If I don't ask, don't use it. So okay, this is not a problem. But if you use it, most welcome. Okay, and next task, let's try to do one more task. Here, this one. Please read the task and try to solve this. Script name, I want to give the example even odd. So like your homework. Okay, I hope in the homework you have such a task previously, or maybe in the examination you can do such a task. So try to read it. You need to create a script which can work on input file, right? And try to pick the even number or maybe odd numbers. Okay, but result should be into the new file. So in the Linux, what we use, these two options we can try. So first of all, definitely you need a input file. How to create input file? Add content. There are a lot of AI given you, but this is your choice. Add content can quickly create a file num.txt, or you can put example 1, next 2, 3, and 4. Okay, what is the final file? You see here num.txt. It is ready. So suppose you have such a file. Example, in the real life, you have the student marks or grade. We did the last week. Same thing, it can be happen. So now you want to pick out only the even values from the file or pick out the odd value from the file and send to the new result file. So how we can do that? So first of all, what we do always, clear host. Clear host is again the optional, not the mandatory. Now, how we can check file is there or not? I mean to say missing file or something. In the beginning, we can decide start over condition, right? So now you can decide file should be example. What is the script name? Even. Okay. I want to give the file here. What is this location? What is the location where I put some dots? Last week, remember, we did it many times. Parameter, but what should I write here in the if here? Args, very good. So this is the args array, command line array. So args, use that args. Okay, it is in the computer. Args, okay, automatic it should come. So here, after args, what you can do here, you can give the length property. You have a count property, you can use length or count. If it comes 0, mean to say here. Now what you can give the warning or write host. This is your choice. Here, give the warning, please enter a file. Your maybe file is missing or something like that. and give the exit from here, this block here. Right now it is okay. Okay, now it is also in the script test path. Can we use test path here? And what is the test path? Check the file. Very good. Test path. Maybe it will come automatic here, right? Test path. Now you can decide again. You are checking the file on which location again. Please look the dot dot. Which location? Location. Args. So this is your choice again. How to do that? So here right now, because I'm using this one, maybe next script I will use something different. So test path args0. That means args0 is holding file or not. So here, what I can write here. File not found error or something which you want. So I think task validation task is to be done. So what is the script name? Even.text. And what is the input file? Num, right? And if I do enter, can you see? You see it find the file not found. Or maybe you can give here a file found. This is your choice here. So now see here, file found. Okay. So if I can give the message here again, you see, so it will be, like a invisibles here. So something like you can do here. So if file found is there, then what I can write here, I don't want to use such a line. If file is there, then I can read the file. What is the, how I can read the file? No, get content. Very good. Please try get content. Now you can read the file on which location again? Args. It is possible, right? Okay, so if your file is there, that means you are going to read it. And I don't want to use here. That means I can create my variable. That means if file is there, create the variable. Okay. Otherwise, you can use the else part. Else part, you should give the message here. What message? Write warning, file not exist. Right? File not exist. Or maybe wrong file you think. Let's see. I hope it should be okay right now. Now it is good. So file don't exist here. If I give the good file, what will happen now? Yes, it is done. It is working. That means variable is ready. Okay. So now, so I think my validation part is done. So please try to check everyone. So guys, let me know. Are you understandable? This validation part is working for everybody. Now the real task start now. So look here. What was the input file? What is the file? This one, right? Get content. So this was our input file, but already we created the variables. Okay, now I want to use some new topic here. Okay. So in my first lab, do you remember I used the hash table? And what was the hash table? What was the name? It was the special array, associative array. Hungarian to English or English to Hungarian dictionary. Okay. So now I'm using a simple array again. Okay. So how to create an array here? Simple like a variable. Even. Okay. Equal. Or equal. Okay. So can you see right now? My task is to be create the array. Practically it is an object. It is a variable, right? So syntax is this. Right? But in the case of hash table, do you remember what I used? Please, yes. Okay. At and this one. It is the sign of the what type of a array? This is the simple blank array. Blank mean to say dynamic array, no limit. Okay. But in the case of a hash table, what we used? this bracket. You remember? And here I put some keys and values. But now you understand the difference between simple array and hash table. Hash table, please see the first lesson where we use the hash table. But right now I'm not using the hash table. I'm using the simple array, not the associative array, simple array. So guys, I created my array. I will update basically it is nothing. It is only the memory. So variable is a memory. Array is like a memory, right? So I will put my results here. So now try to start your idea. So in your input file, you have some lines 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what you want to use, you want to start from 1 here right now. So like a counter variable, like a counter variables, simple count. Now you can start your own, how to say, cycle. Which cycle you want? This is your choice. Let's try to use one more cycle for each. You know, for each like the same in the bash Linux. You remember bash, same thing for each. Okay, so if someone will ask you for each looks like how, you will see Linux bash 4. Okay, so this is the real for each. Okay, now in the for each, always what we do, we create our counter variable, which can start counting maybe your number, because the number example 1, 2, 3, 4, and look into, this is the syntax of the for each, look into where it should look here now. File. Okay, why file? I can also give the args 0, but no need because already I did it. So it is done. So look into the file. Yes. So what happens now? Now you set your cycle to go into the file, look into the file. Okay. Now you have to decide what you wanted to do. You want to get the even number or odd number. I hope you know a very important operator. We use that. Okay. So I can start my one more condition or like a decision. One more, it's better. Okay. Here, what I can write here. So dollar, see who is my count in the beginning. I put here dollar C. And then after I will, which operator I should use? Mode. You know, this is a mode operator like C language, C++ language. Mode 2. Now you can use some more operator. Can you see equal? If, can you see right now, every time you have to careful about the blocks here. Can you see everything is okay? There is no error right now. If that count denote to the 1, it should be mode 2. If it is 0, it comes 0. That means it is dividable and remainder looks 0. And if it remainder 0, that means it looks like a dividable. That means even number I can say. So now update your array. What was the array name? Even. How to write here? Even plus what value I should put here now? Very good, number. Count. This is your count actually. So you can give whatever you think. Okay. And if you want to short this statement, example, you remember right now I put even plus number. So what you can do here, can you remove this one? It is possible. You can make your script more shorter here like this. This is even, this is called the shorthand operator. Otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, you need to update the which array? Odd array. Just change array here. So your task is done. Okay. Little bit more try to change. So maybe it is only for the one number. 1. What about the 2? What about the 3? What about the 4? What should I write here? Very good. C plus 1 or plus plus like C language. Please try it. So almost we are near to our solutions, right? I think we are done. So now the time come for print your result. How to print the result? Which statement will help us? Write host, write output, write warning, whatever you want. So, but directly you can call this array. Directly I call the array. This is the call array. No need to do same like a function. Do you remember how to call the function? Same like that. But here, in case of call the array, use the dollar symbol. And let's try to see what is the result. You see here, my odd value will come out. So please try. Let me know. Are you able to print your results? So you understand some basics of the file validation again, plus how to use your choiced inputs based on your cycle and the decisions together. So now let me know, guys, any error or problem till now? So please try to see. In that case, example, right now I want to check here. What was another array? Even. So what should be the result here? You see, it will pick the another one. So basically it is going to the location. It doesn't about the location, looks like the specific number. Okay, now one more thing. In the task, you can see, can you see something new? Even and or text. What does it mean? You need to create new files. But we cannot create here. Okay, we can create here, new item as add content. But what should I use here? In the first lab, I use that, I hope. CMD let. So similarly, send to the pipe. Send to the pipe. And what was the CMD let? If you remember, not add content. Maybe I will give you, I remember out file. Can you see? We have two out default. Can you see out file? So out file will solve the problem. What will write here? Even dot text. This is the syntax. Out file can create a new file once more. Okay. So definitely you have the right output. Please try to use right output later on. So what will happen now? Control C, and what is the next file? What is the next array? Odd. Send to the odd. So now guys, if I call my script with the input file, what will be the result? Result you cannot see on the screen, but something happened in the computer. What happens? Two files are created. So who helped me? Out file. So cross check. How to cross check? Get content and get content next odd. Can you see right now? So this script can generate your result scripts. Okay. So in examination, if I will ask you do such a task and try to save your results into the new file. So who will help us? Out file. It's okay. Okay. And let's see, even text, I want to remove it. So guys, let me know. Is okay for everyone? Is working for the everyone? It's not working. Please check here. You should first of all try to print one by one if your this variable is working or not. If not working, try to see the flow of the script. See the logic of the script where you did the mistake. Please see. It should not be like that. Okay. And please try to follow it. In that case, please, there will be some issues maybe in your try. Do you have the file like that? In the such a file, try to see. I'm not sure how do you work with. Now, one more. It was also in your task list. If you want to show the result to the screen plus into the file. So in the Linux, what we used? Which command? Can you see my screen? You remember in the Linux we used. So here we have the same. But what is the name? T-object. So try to see what will happen now. If I call the script again, results goes where? To the screen plus where? Into the file. You remember, firstly, I removed it. Knowingly, I removed. And then after, I try to show you the difference between two file creation objects. Two file creation objects are out file and T object. And you know in which scenario what to use. It's okay now? You understand out file versus T object. So guys, let me know. Are you understandable such a script? It's okay for everybody? Okay, and let's try to do one more important task, which will be close to examination stuff. Okay, so create one more script. And here, try to use such a task. And you will understand the way reverse. So what is the task telling you? You have the file and try to reverse it. Okay, how we can create a script which can work for any file. So what was the file? You have the already file example. Get content. What is the file number? You want to make it reverse right now. Okay. So first of all, what we do always clear host. This is again optional, not mandatory. So guys, how to do that? So first of all, what we do, you need to read the file. So what is the file? This one. This time, ask the user, give me file by the read host. Read host. Give any file or maybe enter the file. So this time, do you remember? I don't use args. I don't use param, right? So I can ask the user, give your file. Now I want to read the line. Line. You can give any name. Okay. How to read the file? Which CMD let? Get content. What is the file? This one. See how I use a different way. So here, first of all, you can do this stuff in different ways to reversing the thing. So here, what I wanted to use, I want to create a new variable reverse, right? And what is the line, and then after what I want to use, I want to show you the indexing string array. It is written there. So what should I write here? First of all, I need to find the size. How to find the size? Length -1. That means the last element. Okay. And here, make a group, right? So now I'll take you back in the first script. Fact. What was that? Sequence, right? You understand? So here, can I use the same thing? Dot. Okay. So this is the sequence. And array start from 0. It is true. Goes to the n-1. That was the last element. So what will happen now? What should I write here? 0. This is the reversing. So I wanted to tell you how it happens. And then after, always I want to make as a whole index, as a whole index. And how I can make a whole index? Which bracket? Of bracket. This is the index value I set up here, right? So this is a quite logic. Try to understand. Now, what is the array name? Line. That's all. Right? And call it. I mean to say call it. I mean to say print it simply. Or you can give your line, the file has been reversed. Okay. And let's see. Given the file, what is the file name? It is opposite. So guys, check out. You understand what is happening here. Everybody please see. What was the file name? Get content. I want to show you here once more. So look here. I wanted to give you the short demo here once more. So can you see? I put again in the group. Any effect? No effect. It is same. So what should be the result? Now, if I call the length property, it will give you the size. Practically, how many lines? Right? -1. What will happen now? You see, I use the same thing which I show you, right? Please check out. You understand what is happening here. And then after you can make a, more group like this. Length -1 and goes to, see, it reversing the position. Look here. So think about, I put the same concept where in my script here. So guys, let me know. Are you understandable what is happening here? Okay. Now, what I wanted to use, I don't want to use such a idea. I want to give you one more idea. Here. Reverse. How to use the inbuilt type of a classes. I think I told you maybe in the first lesson, right? Like this, right? Here. You remember what was the math? This was the class, math class. And after this two dot dot, what we use? We use the functions or methods. Can you see right now? We have the some mathematically things. Can you see? Maximum of the two numbers. What is the result? Okay. So guys, here, same thing. I will use one more important array. Okay. And how to use the methods? What comes here? Reverse. And who is holding the lines? Okay. And see, after apply this method, what is the final value? Reverse. And then after script started. And what is the name of the input file? It is working. So there is a, guys, not a big problem. It is just a very simple way to understand how to deal with the task. Okay. So let me know which method you like most. This real fundamental method or this method with the inbuilt methods, which you like? Second one. In this document, I wanted to use one more task. The task is last task I want to do, task number K. So please try to do that. Can you please try to do that? So please try to read the task first. What is the task is telling to us? Please try to read this task. How we can do that? The task is telling us you have the file. In the file, you have the some Neptune IDs, right? And your script should create the folders based on the Neptune ID stored into the file, right? I think this is the task. So basically, this is the system script. How to create it? So first of all, you need to create the file. How to create the file? Add content Neptune. This is your input file. And put your Neptune ID and your friend's Neptune ID if you want, right? So example here, ABC123. What is there? This is the simple Neptune ID. This is the example. Next Neptune ID you want to add XYZ. One more, PQR. 456, I can change it. So what is the final file is ready for processing? Okay, now you have to create the short script which can create such a folders based on the Neptune ID. So guys, give the file name. Which file name you can give? Neptune. It's enough. Okay. And then after, what you will do? You can decide your file. Before that, please create a readme file. Can you see it is also written here? Can you see readme file? So what I can do here, I can create a file copied. Okay, I can put which file here? Read me. Can you see right now? I create one more file. What is the name? readme.txt. And that file store which value? File copied or whatever which you want to pass. That's all. So what is the final file? You see. So now I have a two different type of a files. First is the Neptune input file. Second is the readme file, right? So now I'm going to take this file as the named parameter. So last week, remember my lab named parameter? What should I use? Param. Please use param. So under the param, you have a mandatory or parameter go there, but I don't want to use now. So here, what I can write here, my own variable, file variable. I can decide here, it can be which type? Character, mean to say string. Okay, so this variable will be responsible for store the which file? Neptune.txt. This one, right? What is the next file? Create one more. What should be the name? Readme. This is the, you can give any name. So I give the readme. Okay. So now I decided I will use two variable, which will be responsible for store as the parameter. Okay. So now the next task is to be read the file. How to read the file? What is the name? Get content. Which file you want to read? This is your choice. Dot file. I can also use args0. I can also use args1, but I don't use now. Okay. So, and then after this file will be, can I store into the new variable? Yes. Give the example Neptune ID or code or NID. You can give your choice what you wanted to do. So example, let's say codes. There are more Neptune IDs will be there. So guys, what happens here? I am just going to read the file, right? So then after what we can do here, so and then after we have to be, because there is a not one Neptune ID, we have the 3. In the real life can be 100. So in that case, what we do? Start the cycle. Which cycle you want? For each. Let's try to use for each because it is simple to easy to use right now. For each. Okay. And then after, what is the syntax of the for each? Variable. Counter variable. So need, what is an ID? Nothing, it's something new. Neptune ID. Same thing we did in the Linux system. I use the same thing if you remember. Neptune IDs. Where I can look into. So what I should write here? In here. Very good. Which variable? Codes. Super. So now you are near to the solution. So guys, I can read by Neptune ID line by line, one by one. And now, what is the task? Try to create the folders. Try to create the directory, right? So create a new variable dir. You can give any name. Now this variable will store the file name. And what should I write here? Neptune NID. NID is responsible for, first of all, NID will pick ABC. Next time it will pick the XYZ or maybe PQR. Okay. But and one more, sometime if you want to make a more data cleaning, I mean to say space cleaning, very nice function in the PowerShell. Trim, you can try. There is a left trim, right trim. Okay, but trim work for the example. I want to give the example here. Trim, what is trim? So, okay, can you see? This is the space. So I want to trim. It will remove the space before and after. Okay, so trim, you can use it. Sometime you can put the space before and after. It is not, it is optional. If you want to use mandatory, it is also not a problem, but depending upon your input file. So guys, now your which variable is ready? Dir variable is ready. Now, how to create the directory? In the beginning of the today lesson, I use that. New item, new. Please use, how to use the system cmd-let here. Now give the parameter. What was the parameter? Because file can be created, but directory need item type. After item type, what you have to give the which option? Very good. The same command which I use in the terminal. Okay. Now, if you want to create somewhere in the computer, anywhere in the computer, what you will use? Path. But right now it is not important because right now I'm in my current location. Where is my current location? PS03, right? So for me, it is not a problem. But path variable can decide you where you want to do. Okay. So now path will be okay. And then after, what we can do here? Who will be responsible to create the directory? Please tell me. Which variable? dir. Super. Okay. So this task will create your directory based on the input file Neptune IDs. Now we solve the 50% task. 50% is pending. What is there? Copy readme files. And remember, readme file is also there. So which command for copy the data? Copy the data. Copy the file, sorry. In the first lab, remember? cmd-let. Copy item. Very good. Copy item. So copy item will help me. Now, which variable I should put here, which will pick my which file I want to copy. Example, readme here. What should I write here? Dollar readme. Okay. So now guys, basically this is the readme file or maybe text file, whatever you think. This file will be copied, but you have to decide you need to copy where. This is your choice. So right now, what should I write here? Right now, I don't give the full path. So I can simply give my location. So it will be done. And then after, out of the cycle, you can give your statement. What statement you can give? Here. Folders have been created or made, and each folder should have which file? readme.text. Simply, you can give your message which you want. So guys, I think it is okay. And it is also written here somewhere. You can use the here this existing or there. You can also give here force option. We know force option can tell you it is already in there. It don't care about that. If it is already there, it will not give you the message. It will create every time new for you. So force will help you. So now what I can do here, Neptune. Can you see right now how to execute the script? Nep script name, and then after hyphen, and after hyphen, and you know what is this? This is what is this? Please tell me. Parameter. Same like a item type. So guys, this is your own parameter. So file. So which input file is there? Neptune text. Second parameter is it is, actually with the help of variable, we can decide the parameter, right? And what is the file name? And see the result. Can you see right now results in front of you? Immediately it made a 3 directories and give the message to you, right? And then after I want to check, guys, cross check that really this folder has copy operation or not. How to check the copy file or not? What should I write here? GCI ABC. Yes, readme is there. Now I want to cross check another folders. What should I write here? GCI. Let's see. PQR. Can you see? Every folder has the same readme file, just like a copy operation. So guys, let me know. Is okay for everybody? Are you understandable what is happening in the script right now? And if you want to do any operations, move operation, try to do that. You can do that. So any issue till now for everybody, please check. One more task try to do. Okay. And open it. So here, one more task. So here, so what I wanted to use here. So can you please open it? Someone is there. So guys, one more important task, maybe it was in your task list, you can check here. So, we have the input sad as, right? If we make it opposite, what does happen? It is same, right? Okay. And welcome. You see what will be the output? EMO CLEW. Look here. You understand? And we did the same thing in the, maybe if you have the C++ knowledge. So what is the name of this number type of a value? Do you know? We call the palindrome, or maybe another word, symmetric words, right? So guys, this is the not a problem. It can be character, or maybe it can be like this. What is the opposite? Right? You see here. So practically you understand this is like a non-symmetric, right? This is the symmetric, is okay. And these are the symmetric words, and this is the not symmetric words. So how we can solve this problem? So practically you need to check out the whether the user value is palindrome or not palindrome, symmetric or not symmetric. So let's try to do that, and control S in the beginning and give the name palindrome. Okay. Okay, so let's try to do that. How we can do that? This one, first of all, start the cycle here for each. Okay, in this cycle, always what we do, we need to be, because this time I wanted to take this word example here. Let's see. This is only for the short task. Example sad as. Look that. So user give this value. No, I don't use the file right now. Okay. So what should I write here? This word. Okay. That means this word I'm looking for. Okay. And this word looking into where? In args 0. Yes, you can also try maybe get, what was the command name? Get content. You can also directly use the whole cmdlet in the cycle as well. Okay, so can you see right now? So now I'm looking for, basically, I'm looking for the word by the reading directly on the command 0 parameter, args 0, right? And then after what I wanted to use, let's try to see the old value, the previous value, or previous, you can give any name. And then after what we do, what is the word name? Word. This is the word variable, right? And then after what we do, we need to be call the to char. I think it should be array to char. It should be there to char array, right? To char array method. Maybe I want to check here. So let me check here. It should be there. What is the name? Welcome, right? So this is the welcome word. So here, what we do here, to char. Can you find here? Can you see? Two character array. Can you see? It will divide. It will put the next line. Basically, it is the collection of the characters, or practically character array. It's okay now? It's okay. So can I store into the variable? Just I wanted to clarify here. I want to create opposite word or the new word. What will be the opposite word here? In that case, so what is the value of opposite? What should be the result? Same character array. True? Okay. But here, what I wanted to use, I wanted to basically use the reverse option. So previous script I use the same. There are a lot of ways I show indexing, for cycle, but which was the easiest for us? Use the class. What was the name? Reverse. Stun. So what happens here? It will reverse. It will apply the reverse method on your array. Okay, and see. Can you see what happens now, guys? Look here. Reverse the character array. Now, who will take this idea back? I mean to say, remove the line. How to remove the line? Very nice operator. Last week we used such operator, split operator, replace operator, right? I will give you one more operator, join. See what happens. Your results is there. Now, can you give your decision? Yes, you can. I use the same concept here. Okay. So guys, what happens here? So what is here? Basically, old variable will store the character array. Okay. And here you can use which method? Reverse. You will apply this method on old value. Right? And then after, what will be the new value? Opposite. Let's see, new. You create even more variable, new. And what is the old? Which operator need to use? Very good, join. Okay. So guys, your new variable is ready. Your new variable is ready. Now the time come for take your decision. How to take a decision? If here. So under the if, you can take a decision. Here I want to show you how to execute the script. I show you. What is the script name? Palindrome. Palindrome and example. Thanks. So thanks word basically was the word. Who stored it in the beginning? Word. Basically thanks word. Okay, so that's why I'm giving you the example. This thanks words equal to which word? New. And you know what is the new? Opposite of the thanks. SKNAHT. And here you can give your decision. I think it is okay. And here what you can do here, write post. Here you can give a decision that word, print the word is a palindrome word. Otherwise, you can give your opposite decision. Please copy and put over there. Is not a palindrome. I think it is okay, and try to execute it. Try to see, oh, where is the issue right now? Try to find out. What is the script name? Palindrome. Can you see get content, not find the path here? So where is the get content here? So that means get content is not looks like a good here, maybe. So what we can do here, we need to be look here. Okay, and here you can give file. Let's try to see here. Let me know, are you using the same get content in your screen or not? Is working? Is removed? It's okay. I think, but it's not a good idea, right? I wanted to use more variable. Let's see. Yes, it is okay. So that's all. Otherwise, you can also use a one more variable file and use it, but it is okay. Basically, you see, get content not acceptable in such a case. Please remove it. I don't know, in my screen, I can see the error, but please see if you find same error, you should handle it. Okay. And let's see clear host. So guys, please try to see. Let's try to give one more variable a value, which we said as that it's working. So my another condition is working. That means that is okay. So guys, please tell me, are you able to do such a task with the new operator I put here practically? What is the operator name is? Join is coming here. So please check is good for everyone. Okay. So you can do such a task very easily. And now before closing the session, I want to tell you one more important thing, because in the examination, you have to create the zip folder. Right. So how to create a zip folder here in the PowerShell? So in the Linux, what we used? Zip command. So here, what we used, we should use the compress archive. Okay. So compress archive. And then after path, okay, which file you want to zip, you can choose task 1, task 2, task 3, something like that. So right now I created, suppose in the beginning I create fact file. This is my first script. And suppose number file, this is text file. And one more even node, even text. So example one more. Can you see how many file I'm going to zip? This is my choice. Okay. And then after the destination path. And now the time come for create a zip exam dot zip. So what happens now in the computer? It should be ready in your location. Okay. Please don't uh, ask how to create it. I'm doing right now. So please do that. Do the practice before starting the exam. Okay. And GCI, look here. What is the result here? Can you find somewhere? Can you see exam.zip is ready? So this file you have to be upload. Definitely, if you take a screenshot very easily, you know how to take a screenshot or snapshot. This is your choice. It is already there. Go there, try to put there. Okay, so one more. How to unextract or maybe unzip. Expand archive. Expand archive. So what is the zip folder we have created? Okay. And what you wanted to do? Test. So right now, definitely you can give path if you want to go somewhere in the computer. But right now I'm in the current location. It works. Okay. So what happens? Tests will be ready. So definitely test should be stored all the file which I zipped. What I zipped? This one. How to cross check? GCI test. It is there. So dear students, let me know. Are you able to zip or unzip? Because in the last, after doing the task, you have to be upload your zip solution. So very quickly, you can give your zip and it will be done. So let me know. It's okay for everybody. So guys, I think it is okay enough. And whatever the task is left, you can do very easily. It is very easy to do that. So I'm going to recall the session. In the beginning, what I did the function task, how to use the function in the PowerShell. I solve the basic task factorial. In your task list, there is a prime number. Try to find the prime number, right? And in between the range like this. That's all. And next, even and odd. I show you how to pick the even and odd from any given file and create a new file with the T object or maybe out file I given you, right? And then after we understood how to reverse the data. I mean to reverse the file. Definitely in the Linux, we use the scd command or awk or reverse as well, I think. So here we have a options like a or cycle, existing methods try. Okay. Then we try to solve the system script, basic script again, Neptune IDs in the file. Based on that, create anything. Same task you can do. Example, I try to give a similar task. You can solve it. And then after, in the last, again the real world task, symmetric words, same or not. So we did with the new option, reverse method plus join operator. So thank you very much, guys. It is enough. Thank you very much and bye.